All right, we're back. It's the Circling Back podcast. My name is David, and I'm going to host today. Joining me in studio, rocking his Duncan tee, finally. Been begging for you to wear it. It's none other than Dylan Chivery.
You know, thank you for the intro, Dave. I put this thing on the other day for the first time at home. And it was the same day, coincidentally, I played my Zaw card.
Nice. Oh. What'd you go with?
Jets. I can't not do Jets right now. Anyway.
You had to.
All that to say that I dropped pizza on my shirt, and I washed it, but there are some grease stains that I don't think are ever coming out. But as you can see, I'm still going to wear the shirt. Shout out Duncan. It's a cool shirt.
Dang.
Anyway.
Did you to be here. Did you run it back with the little fried chicken poppers on the pizza?
I did. They're so good.
What?
Jake, you had Jets before?
I have had Jets. I'm not aware of this fried chicken popper situation.
They call it popcorn chicken. It's just it's like a little chicken nugget.
On a pizza?
Yeah, but it's small. Yeah. It's gas.
Whew.
It's good.
When I saw it, when Dylan sent this to the group.
If you've had it.
It was group chat worthy.
Oh, it was. And I didn't want to be like the noob who was like, what's that? And in my head, good. I was like, that looks like a little, like a fried popper.
Yeah.
And it was a fried
You're
popper.
Damn right.
He's looking for extra protein no matter how he
That's right.
Sure.
I wanted to maximize the protein to bread ratio. And so I had, pepperoni, Italian sausage, the chicken. I hit it with a little pepper too, a little banana pepper.
Oh, I like that.
It was so good.
You have a name for it?
The Dylan.
Save the order.
A classic.
Yeah.
Hey, that other voice you hear, it's you may know him from our live stream, our happy hour live streams. He's appeared on the Too Much Dip Thursday night live stream. Maybe he'll be back on this year. We'll see. But I know him now from the Dumb Zone podcast.
That's right.
It's our old friend Jake Kemp.
Hey, first time, long time.
Hey, man.
I'm a huge fan. I've been listening so much lately too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
You guys are great, man.
Oh,
seriously.
Thank you. I mean, you're great.
I've told Dave this before, but you guys remind me so much of of the station where I used to work, which is hard to pull off. And I also think, once you guys became Circling Back and Washed, I'm probably like a top 5 street team member. I'm not asking for credit.
Wow.
Or money, but I do think that early on, I was. I put Landry and Tanner and Gark and all those dudes onto y'all, and I
got those fucks.
KJ.
He got
those fucks.
Yeah, Jake's the reason all those tech guys harassed Dylan.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Hey,
I've seen enough tech football highlights on the TL for a lifetime.
So Jake,
big fan.
Jake didn't say it, but the station he's referencing, of course, is InfoWars,
right?
Yes.
Where he worked for 20 years.
Yeah,
Austin-based.
We ran into a little bit of a legal situation over some information we were putting out there about some school shootings,
right?
And that ultimately resulted in my termination.
Okay,
but it was a good.
Sorry to hear.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake, I don't mean a screen look. It's crossing a line. I get it, but he's got the eclipse pulled up.
I thought we might be talking eclipse.
The annular solar eclipse.
Why didn't you space bar it?
Can we
put you on the spot?
We've already talked about this. We talked about it last week. I did space bar it.
Is it today?
It's nice to have someone else in studio who does respect space.
I don't know if you know much about Jake's history.
You don't respect space?
Not really, no.
Oh man,
no. But I do love that.
I'm always alone. I'm always alone.
I know, and I love that. I'm actually looking at renting out my house next. I think it's April, right?
Oh, because y'all are in
we're
the cone
the
cone of certain
the big boy eclipse.
Yeah, the big boy. Like I said, I think it's next April, and I've been hearing that
we are in the path for this one too. We're kind of on the fringe of the path.
We are,
so we'll still see it.
We'll still see it.
So if you were to do that to rent your house out,
I don't know about renting your regular house out. Though.
Just some total space nerd shit.
Yeah,
we'll rent that fucker
that's
out.
the thing. Like the kind of person that is going to do that travel can go a couple ways. Like this is a nerd who's definitely not fucking, or this is a nerd who's into some weird shit.
But they could rent your house out and pay a ridiculous amount of money for it, or they could just drive to the zone and just look up too.
Yeah, that's also true. I don't know how many people are making a week out of it.
Bypass the Airbnb surge pricing on that.
Yeah. No, I'm an Airbnb owner, so I can tell you that some weird stuff will definitely happen when you rent your house out. I don't know if I've ever told Dave that story.
No, I've heard you tell that story.
We have a platform here if you want to.
Yeah, so
can I clarify that Jake didn't really work for InfoWars?
Hopefully people realize that.
No, I think there's a segment of our audience who are like, oh, what?
Yeah, he did not.
Yeah,
No, I did not. I worked for Sports Radio 1310 The Ticket
Yeah.
in Dallas.
Big
a
fan.
legacy radio station. Big
Fun
fan.
fact, I didn't care for Jake early on in his career. Have I told you that?
That you know what? That is common.
I was like, who's this guy that's my age trying to mix it up with my faves?
Yeah, no,
And
I
then
got
was
a lot
like,
of that.
Fuck, he's good.
I got a lot of that. I think that actually is like a better compliment, right?
You won me over, and I'm a
Won
tough
you
cookie.
over.
Tough
I think
nut
we
to
used
crack.
to like talk shit to each other too.
We did.
How many times have you been told that you have a good radio voice?
It comes up. Yours is pretty solid too, though, bro.
I
His
get
is
that.
fake.
Yeah.
I do get that. Yeah.
yeah,
Deep
yours
is
is pretty
thank you.
solid.
You know, Randy deepens his voice in post.
Yeah. This is not my real voice.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
No, I had a situation where my wife and I have a house out in Lake Granbury, which Dylan, I know you're not like.
I've been to Lake Granbury.
Okay, yeah, it's not
It's a fun little town.
top notch.
I like
It's
it.
kind of country.
There's a Babe's Chicken.
There
There's
is a
a
Babe's
there's a lake there.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of Confederate flags
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
for sale as well. A lot of you don't want to tread.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, hey.
don't tread.
I won't try anything in that small town.
No, but we have a house like on a canal. We bought it for super cheap. My wife remodeled it, kind of like a passion project. And I got a call one Sunday, and the people who live across the canal were like, "Hey, we need to talk to you about something we saw last night." And this was like a 75-year-old woman, and she was kind of being like, "I don't really want to say it, but." I saw a woman performing oral sex on another woman while a man masturbated next to them on your back patio.
That's sick.
It's pretty dope.
And I was like, no way. Because the people who rented this house, it was like a 25-year-old girl or woman. And, she didn't say that there was anybody else staying there with her. So we called her. And she was like, that definitely didn't happen. I went to bed at, 9 o'clock. I have a 1-year-old. She's like, the only other people here were my mom
Oh, no.
Oh,
and
no.
her friends.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Did you get like an age profile from the neighbor? Like how these were older people or
I called him back and I was like, hey, this is a younger woman staying there. She said, that this was definitely not her. She was like, well, this wasn't a younger woman.
oh
darn it.
shit.
Yeah.
Did you keep it to yourself or did you
Well, I had to call her back because they were still staying there. And the people who had observed this across the canal were like, we're going to call, the HOA. And this is a problem. And I'm like, she said it didn't happen. She's like, all right, why don't you look at your phone real quick? And it was just pictures.
so you got confirmation.
Yeah. And I called her back and I'm like, listen, this is a very uncomfortable conversation, but I think your mom was
Having a
possibly
time.
involved in a sex act.
You were the original host of Uncomfortable Conversations.
Yeah,
With the daughter and the 1-year-old in the house?
Yeah, she was asleep. She had no idea.
Oh, no.
Yeah. She just had like her mom, her stepdad, maybe it was a boyfriend, and like 2 of their friends there with them. And the guy's just like barely out of frame, just cranking.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Man, that's terrible. You
It
didn't happen-
was terrible.
You didn't happen to land those Instagram handles, did you?
No, I
Hey,
did not.
Dave,
Okay.
you were there when
I
I
did
got in
not.
trouble for nudity at an Airbnb, remember?
It was fake nudity.
Yeah.
It was really well done fake nudity.
Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
familiar with the app Nudifier?
I'm not. No.
I didn't realize that was an app.
Yeah, you take a picture and then you can do like the blur or what do you call it? The pixelation.
Yeah.
But you can make it like flesh tone.
Okay.
And so you make anyone look naked really if you want to. And I did we were at in Ponte Vedra Beach for the PGA Players Championship.
Yeah.
Players
You know,
Championship.
Jake.
Yeah.
Big golf guy.
And we're on the patio and I did a fake like here I am in front of the beach like nude and the owners saw it
No.
because
bought it? Like he
yeah, they were like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe like people staying there."
The tour reached out to us.
Yeah, the tour,
Our,
like, hey-
our handlers.
So I had to send them like the original that showed that I wasn't
Oh,
actually
no.
naked, and they kind of we smoothed it over a bit.
Also, weirder than that, the son.
Son of the owners were listening, like a
He
listener.
was a listener. Just coincidentally, he's like, "Hey, you're staying at my parents' place."
That's how they saw it.
we
'cause it
didn't
was
pick
on
this
Instagram.
place.
Yeah,
The PJ Tour put us up. That was actually a really fun trip. That was the trip we met Bortles.
it was a sick trip.
Bortles is
You guys have
exactly
done
who
some
you
cool
think
stuff.
he is. Bortles
We
is
have.
the guy.
Yeah.
What's he
He's a
doing?
guy's
now?
guy,
He is a guy's guy.
trying to
He's
stay-
got to be hanging on somewhere right now,
staying in shape, waiting for that phone call. Probably.
right? I bet he's hanging out somewhere right now. No.
I don't know.
Our friend Dan, who was on that trip
Apparently
with
not.
us, went to UCF, and this is like UCF when they were on the rise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Dan was wearing a UCF shirt, and like it was like a big deal. They got to meet Bortles, and when Bortles walked in, they immediately walked up like they'd never met. And Dan and Bortles just like immediately connected and like dapped up, hugged it out, and everything. And I was like, that's the happiest Dan's ever gonna be.
Yeah, Dan was floating the rest of that trip.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of his. This is Dan Regis.
Regis.
yeah,
How'd you
Danny
say it?
Regs.
Yeah.
Yeah, good dude.
Or Jackhammer. We like to call him.
Jackhammer. So anyway, that was
Was
a
he
good
the guy
show.
that you guys had him on the show and he like had an earring in his throat or something?
Yeah,
That was an all-time story.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He got it out,
I'm
I believe.
I'm a listener.
you are, man.
Dang, Randy
That's
nodded.
that's a deep cut.
That is a deep cut. So we saw Will today.
We did.
Will came by the office just for a few. That was fun to see. Everything's going well. Shout out to the DeFries family again. If you want a Wilmons polo, you can get one at rowback.com. So check that out. Patreon schedule, we're going to drop. So yesterday was Spooky Season episode 2. Dylan, I'm sorry.
I'm not
dude.
out of pocket saying that was the spookiest episode we've ever had on Spooky Season.
You know,
that's just facts.
Let me pull back the curtain.
I was like legit scared.
When I'm reading a story, and especially one that's somewhat lengthy, I don't get to watch you and Brett because I'm like trying to not screw up the story. So I can't tell if y'all are like paying attention. I know you wouldn't be on your phone. No one would do that to me. But I was very happy to hear afterward that y'all enjoyed that episode.
Goodness.
Just straight up spooked.
One of them was ghost related, not spoiling anything here.
You can
One
tell
of them
some
was
tales.
just real world, like some scary shit that happened.
Knox Henderson Creeper.
Yeah.
Not
Unreal
good.
stuff.
Did you listen to that one?
I've not, no.
Well, buckle
I
up.
am a Patreon subscriber.
Buckle up,
but
buddy,
I've
'cause
not- I
it's a
will.
ride.
Yeah, I got to drive back today.
Next week. Oh yeah, spooky season rolls on next week. If you're thinking about doing the spooky season thing or just want to become a patron, it's a great month to do it because there's 5 Tuesdays in October. That means 5 spooky seasons,
Holy shit.
including one that ends on Halloween. The final spooky season will be on Halloween.
I've heard Skelly will be making an appearance
Really?
on Halloween.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Skelly, did you clean up Skelly? Did you move Skelly? Thank you for doing it. You did not. Very creepy.
Skelly got up and walked out of here.
We also do a newsletter. You can get that. Go to wash.substack.com. I kind of forgot. I don't really have anything planned yet, but we will have some heat. You
Yeah,
got
it's
anything?
Wednesday.
Yeah, it's
You got time
Wednesday.
to cook.
Oh,
Drops
yeah,
every
fun.
Friday morning.
Are you guys still in like a Halloween party era of your life? Like
That
you guys
guy
have-
out there, Brett,
Yeah. No, I've heard about.
the spooky
Jake, I
Merriman
turned 40
Monster
this
Bash.
month, so
Yeah, I know.
I don't seek them out, but sometimes they do find me.
Man, I was thinking about this the other day because I had like probably a solid 10 to 12 year run where by like July I had my costume planned.
Oh, you did Baby Billy, and it's
Oh,
the
I
best
killed
Baby
that.
Billy
Oh,
I've
yeah,
ever
that
seen.
was
Killed
good.
that.
That was really
I was
good.
showing that around the office. I
Yeah.
was like, dude, he did it.
That was
That
awesome.
was a tough one because there was going to have to be some change to my skin tone, and it was a hot time. I
It's a
believe
risky-
the governor of Virginia was
Yeah,
a
you got to
risky
be
endeavor.
careful. You got to be
was in
careful.
some hot water.
You want to
over some
Trudeau
Michael
it?
Jackson.
Sure.
He
He tried to moonwalk. At the
did
press
try to hit the
conference.
moonwalk at the press conference, but his wife, fortunately,
But it was a fellow Caucasian that you were trying to.
I know, but it's
emulate.
just
You
just
still
like-
feel weird about
You
it.
do feel weird about
Yeah.
it, yeah. But then I just realized the other, like a couple weeks ago, I'm like, man, once it stops, I think it stops. Like I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm ever going back.
Yeah.
I bet you will.
It was just such a big part of my year for so long.
Yeah, me too. Now it's, I guess, like Christmas. It's about the kid,
Yeah, yeah.
which it's like,
Like everything.
whatever, dude. You want to wear your pumpkin again? He's been wearing it around.
That's sick.
Yeah,
It
that's
is
a tough
sick.
scene to break it out like in September. Like we got the Tinkerbell costume in the mail, and it's like there's nothing special about Halloween anymore. You've had it for a month.
He got his Bluey costume yesterday.
Ooh,
Yeah, pretty excited about it.
yeah.
Yeah. No, fun fact. I was watching the Ranger game last night, talking sports. Jake loves sports.
Yeah.
And my son had his pumpkin costume. There's a little fun pumpkin cap, and he wanted me to put it on. So I put it on. And while I had it on, the Rangers just like barreling up on everything.
And now you just have
So
to.
you have to wear that the rest of the
So
playoffs.
Alyssa's like, I like, he goes to bed. I go in there, say goodnight, and I still have it on. She's like, you don't have to wear that. I'm like, actually, it's baseball
You need to
season.
learn a little something about me.
Welcome to October.
Yeah.
It just means more.
It really does. Can we give a shout out to our good friends, specifically the Alfa Romeo Tonale?
Waiting for you to bring this up, Dave.
It's all new. We got to drive it. We had a video go up today of us parking that thing in a parking spot and pulling out looking cool. Did
The
you see that?
the tech in this thing, short for technology, Dave.
Right.
Unbelievable.
It's
I
loaded
still-
with tech.
I need to get the manual out, I think, because there's a lot that I haven't even figured out yet.
Yeah, we were struggling, but
It's really impressive, though.
the large touchscreen does it for me. The safety tech, the automatic emergency braking, and it's fun to drive. That alpha performance. Oof.
The vented cooling seats.
The cooling seats.
It's a plug-in hybrid, as you said.
Imagine driving that through the countryside in Tuscany on a warm summer day
Ooh,
and just hitting that vented seat button.
You pull off for maybe a tall glass of Chianti or something like that, and you get back in. It's the Italian craftsmanship. I keep saying that, but it's just really impressive.
Oh, va bene. The Italian exterior, the interior design, it just stands out. Plug-in hybrid technology, freedom to choose between gas or electric, 32 miles all electric, 360 miles total range. We just loved having it. I'm sad that it's no longer sitting outside our office.
I know.
Maybe we'll have to run it back. I'm
I
in the
know.
market. Alfa Romeo Tonale. If you want to learn more about it, go to alfaromeousa.com. Check it out, the Alfa Romeo Tonale.
You might even see us at the F1 race here in a couple weeks.
Oh,
How about that, Dave?
I hope so. I've acquired childcare for that weekend.
I'm excited.
Acquired.
They're bringing us out there.
It's tough when the parents, both of them.
Something about a hot
Dallas.
lap.
That is tough.
Are we doing a hot lap?
Something about a hot lap that we get to
Oh, man.
experience, which sounds terrifying and exciting at
Yeah.
the same time.
Sounds like something me in 8th grade would be really into. You guys seen this job description?
Which one, Dave?
I'm not going to say who it is. I want the folks at home to guess. A friend of mine sent me this. He is looking for opportunities, and he found this. It says, apply to this social media manager job. This is on staffmeup.com.
Houston,
Which is-
Texas.
An absolutely hilarious URL.
You have to
Staff me up.
you have to make Jagger in your head. Like,
You do, yes.
go ahead, Dylan.
Staff me up.
That was not so good.
You could have done better.
Staff me up.
Okay. You need a little bit more sass. You got to get flirty.
Staff me up.
Look at that.
How about you try, bitch?
I love coming to Austin, Texas, and trying Terry Black's barbecue.
That's
I love
good.
That's his best bit. Every town he goes to, he just has to name drop a.
But in his defense, he did make the rounds in Austin. Like he went to some place.
Was he just like at a bar?
He went to
He took a photo outside
right
of
down the street.
the dance hall.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
is
that's
it?
Broken
what it was.
Spoke
Broken
down the
Spoke.
street?
I love two-stepping at the Broken Spoke. Everybody goes nuts.
That place
Yeah.
is
You're
such,
88, dude.
That place is such a touristy place now. Like I don't know anyone who goes there. You know,
What if I had just secretly been going there by myself?
in two-stepping
Yeah.
with some old birds.
Yeah, just me and some old birds.
Bring
just
back birds.
spinning them around.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, this social media manager job pays well, $95,000 to $125,000 annually. I assume that's based on experience. Corporate benefits to be included in the yearly salary.
Mm.
Job requirements must be local. Local being Houston in this, and it's for a brand. This brand stands as a beacon of ancestral living, embracing the wisdom of our ancestors to lead a holistic and optimal lifestyle.
Sounds familiar.
They recognize the multifaceted role of a world-class performer as a man, husband, father, and a CEO.
Wow. That's
Any
quite,
guesses?
That's quite the
Any
hombre.
guesses?
Ooh, sounds like someone who might eat raw liver
Someone who might make the family eat bull testicles on
Right.
a Tuesday.
and also pump himself full of vitamin S.
$12,000 worth of
Steroids.
a month, actually,
Yeah.
which is an insane amount of money to spend on.
Yeah, you could be the social media manager for the Liver King. That's what we're saying.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I mean, he's actually paying you the same that he pays for D-ball or whatever. It's kind of crazy that like he didn't take a hit from that at all, right? Like, wasn't it just like everyone's like, oh, okay, it's
He
just
did in,
a
like,
full
the-
stack and
YouTube workout community, like, you know, they roast him like, we knew this guy was a fraud, and like, yeah, so did most people.
but he just kept moving.
I have to respect the fact
Yeah.
that he powered through it. I don't know this for sure, but I think he's kind of acknowledged, like, yeah, I'm getting back on it. Turns out feeling really, really cool and getting jacked when you're probably 55 years old is optimal.
Is Brett rearranging furniture out there? What's going
Something's
on?
Is everything okay?
Is he fighting like 3 people at once?
Looks as though we got a package and he's opening it up.
Oh, okay. Cool.
What is he? My son?
Hey, am I crazy or I didn't know Liver King was a Houston-based operation.
Yeah, I was gonna like guess like Greenland.
No,
Or something.
I knew he.
I was a mountainous region.
Yeah.
I think he's Houston Burbs. I think he's like spring or something.
Such a fraud.
Well, I don't know if he's
not that being from Houston makes you a fraud, but like that's not what he portrays himself
No,
to be.
he's got full Viking vibes.
Yeah, I mean, no. There's video of him going into town and carrying out like 40 shopping bags from HEB, getting his ancestral gear. What do we got?
That's
Randy?
a nice package. Just say it's a schedule.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Can I vape in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Do you have a vape?
Yeah.
Fucking bet you won't.
You'll be the first person to hit a vape in here.
Is
I
that a
think.
jewel,
Yeah.
dude? I
I'm
didn't
a
know those
child.
were still around.
I know. They're really. I'm kind of keeping them in business.
Hit that
What's the
shit
new
right
one,
now.
Right now.
Dylan? What's the new one?
Tug
that we
on it.
talked about?
Well, there's
Elf bar. My
the
brother's on that Elf bar.
there's the Escobar, which is what some of my friends do.
That's yeah.
There's a Netflix documentary coming out about the rise and fall of Juul. It's called Big Vape on
Hey,
Netflix.
Hey, we don't want you to get popcorn long.
Too late.
Okay.
Too late. Hey, by the way, on this post here, what is Hootsuite?
Ooh, you don't
Oh,
know
you don't know
Hootsuite?
Hootsuite?
No,
Dude,
you guys
you
gonna
get-
educate me?
You're trying to pod, get in the game. You're gonna need
Hootsuite
Hootsuite.
is similar to TweetDeck, I believe, but it allows you to schedule posts.
Okay.
Like you can have like multiple, and it's not just Twitter. You have multiple social media platforms open at once, and you can post from one platform, and you can schedule them. We used to use it all the time at Grand X.
See, I have so much to learn from you guys.
Yeah, Hootsuite.
You guys are real digital pioneers, you know?
You know, we try.
I'm just a guy.
Dylan was original internet, almost.
That's not.
You were one of the first big internet personalities.
That is also
You and Adam
completely
Carolla.
fabricated. From the Man
Conan
Show.
O'Brien.
yeah, coded too.
Don't say from the Man Show.
He's got a pod,
Adam
successful.
Carolla's.
What do you think of? What do you think of when you hear Adam Carolla, like career wise? Like, how do you get a start?
It's Man Show for me.
It's Man Show.
for real?
Well, I think that's.
I know
where
he's done
assume he
other
started.
shit.
Did he do stuff before that?
K-Rock.
Oh, he was K Rock.
Yeah,
I don't know,
he was.
I don't know what that is.
He taught.
Big station out of
yeah,
New
so
York.
this is nobody cares about this, but Jimmy Kimmel was like the bit guy on K-Rock, which is a rock station in LA. Adam Carolla was a handyman, and Jimmy Kimmel was needed boxing lessons for like a station bit. I'm 1-0, by the way. I have a official U.S. boxing card.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's true.
And Carolla taught him how to box and parlayed that into Fox News,
Oh yeah.
which is apparently kind of where everyone's career ends up at
Yeah.
some point.
Yeah. We'll all be there soon, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Damn. Radio guy.
Yeah.
Are you willing to create and record 15 to 45-second stories with Liver King shot on an iPhone that represent the brand and the message?
Why did he have to put shot on an iPhone in parentheses like that? Like,
Like,
just figure it out. You'll be okay.
yeah, I don't know.
Are you guys cool with creating reaction and response videos as well as Liver King style remakes of trending content to maintain relevance and engagement? That's something you might be interested in.
So does he fuck?
He is married. There's a liver queen that he's dragged his entire family into this deal. I don't know if you've
I've
how
not.
closely followed. Like the kids are, I don't know how much they're involved
Jacked.
now. No, they're not. They're too young. I mean, they don't have
I'm
testosterone.
tired of eating raw testicles.
But like yeah, I mean, there's a they went and stayed
Liver
with like
King wife.
like a tribe and like drank goat blood, like his whole family a while back. It's a whole
the
thing.
liver family.
I wonder like what his actual $12,000 a month has to get you rocked up, right?
Have
I
you
just-
seen the fucking guy?
Yeah,
Doesn't
but I
it
mean,
kind of
like-
make it not work?
boner
though?
wise.
Bricked up. We're talking bones.
Don't steroids affect your? Like,
I think
don't know
if
if they
you I think
affect
if you
you.
get off of them, then
okay.
then you stop producing.
Okay.
But I mean, your tea is humming, right? So it's
Is tea different than libido? It is, but
She's a
how?
nice looking woman. She's a normal looking person.
I mean,
Yeah,
the two
she's
go
now-
hand in hand, do they not? Testosterone and libido.
I would have thought.
You can't have one without the other.
Unfortunately, there's no way to know.
Yeah, you
That's
can't.
very true. She's like a normal looking woman. Like, I mean, she's fit, but she doesn't look
Well-
ridiculously like cartoonish
Well,
like he does.
She's got to be so
No.
tired of his bullshit.
She only
You gotta
accepts a
think.
few of the ancestral tenets. She hasn't embraced the entire lifestyle. It's
Does he
all
own-
it's
Does he own a shirt. You ever put a shirt on?
bull testicle every other day. Are you guys willing to seamlessly integrate Liver King's brand values, vision, and mission into every piece of content?
I suppose.
Okay. And even collaborate with the content team to infuse deeper themes and not only go viral, but also foster deeper connections with the community.
Not
Deeper
only go
themes.
viral, you're expected to go viral.
Viral, I mean, that's like in the door shit. Like, have you gone viral? You could go in there and be
There's,
like, hey,
there's
have
no
you checked
rhyme or reason to going viral. It's just some things pop off, but most don't.
your
What?
son, 7.
What deeper themes are implied by the Liver King's existence?
That's
what
a
are
great
we-
question.
what are we
Speaking
talking
of,
about here?
my tweet is getting more play right now. It's popping off again.
Did you see Dylan's viral tweet from a while ago?
I mean, I know he's had several.
The D's nuts one. Have you seen that one?
You know what? I don't think I have.
the only one who hadn't.
Why don't you read it and we'll get Jake's live reaction.
The Instagram account at Nugget recently posted it, and they have like 10 million followers or some shit.
Did they tag you at least?
They did.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got like 3 followers from it, which is
Nice.
real cool. I want to read it.
I read the tweet.
All right.
Read the tweet.
Here it is. My son, 7, this is his age, not his name, by the way,
Yeah, no.
has discovered D's nuts jokes, and it's all he says now. Everything is D's nuts. He simply can't stop. I asked him where he heard that joke. He made me promise it if he told me he wouldn't get in trouble. I agreed. So he leans in and whispers, D's nuts.
Yeah, that's good.
It went crazy on Twitter.
And
That's good.
And it
I see why.
absolutely is a real. I mean, that happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what, and people can feel that.
I clipped the 50,000 retweet mark, which is
Wow.
big, that's big boy numbers, Dave.
That's huge.
That's pretty good, man. It sounds like you might be ready to build and nurture relationships with the community by actively engaging in comments, DMs, story creation, and crafting authentic captions.
Yeah, my tweet's going on in my resume. If I'm sending it to him.
It should. It should be the centerpiece of your resume.
You guys should have whoever gets this job on.
I know at least one person who's applied. Someone at this company needs to apply. Randy is probably like, it's not that far. You don't have Hootsuite in your resume, do you?
No,
You can't navigate Hootsuite, huh?
I'm sure I could figure it out.
No, I don't know, man.
This is honestly a good job. Like if you can deal with the ridiculousness of the Liver King,
That's a pretty big if.
you probably have to sign some
This doesn't feel.
NDAs.
This doesn't feel like a long-term play, though.
No,
I this is like
You're not building a
6
career.
month.
Do you think it's a friendly work environment, or do you think it's a little toxic at times?
Probably a little toxic at times.
Toxic in that, like, you had to eat like a goat penis and it poisoned you.
Hanging out with that dude every day, it's got to be just a total grind.
It would be kind of cool to see like what he's like when the camera's off. To be like, all right, does he just like go in and like yell at his kids and shit? Like,
what if he's just super chill?
he might be? You know,
He's just a nice guy that watches like Lone Star.
What if he puts his shirt on?
Show just like
That show stinks.
Lone Star 911.
He's just bummed about the Stros. He's like,
Yeah,
oh,
maybe.
God, gave one away there.
Maybe.
You know his name. I don't know what this has to do with anything, but his name is Brian Johnson.
That's very underwhelming.
Pretty generic.
It's potentially the most generic
There
name.
are 600,000 Brian Johnsons in the Houston area.
He's the king of liver.
Right.
Yeah, it's in the name.
Okay. I'm just saying, I'm putting that out there. If there's people who listen to this show that do social media. We do social media.
Yeah.
There's social media managers.
We
Go
are a
to
digital media
staffmeup.com. This is not an ad read, but we just gave them pub. I'd never heard of that. We talked on Monday briefly about the new Olympic sports, and one of the ones that came up was flag football. There's some question as to how popular, how competitive flag football might be. And I'd like to introduce Jake because Jake called me last night and we were getting the logistics for today set up. And he's like, hey, I need a large Band-Aid. Jake, why don't you take it from there?
Yeah, I didn't want to just since you guys do video, I didn't want to just have like this turf burn leaking on your video. It's disgusting.
You are
How did you
very
acquire this burn?
Flag football. Yeah, I'm way too old. I kind of just never stopped. Like I just started playing in college and then just after high school and just never quit. It's a smooth, easy way to burn 1,000 calories on a Sunday.
And it's a very competitive league, correct?
It's I would say medium. I've definitely played in more competitive leagues. Since joining this team, we are 51-0-1. So
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Yeah. 51-0-1.
Okay.
So the league is not that competitive. I would say it's like a medium competition, but the team that I somehow am on a make-a-wish type situation with is absolutely dominant.
Just an absolute juggernaut.
Yeah, they're all kids who played at, I say kids because they're 25, 26, 27. They all played at South Lake. And they're robots.
Are you running the South Lake system?
Do you get the rock?
No. I block and I cover. If you're like in decent shape and you like understand basic coverage schemes, like you can stay on the field, but you're not going to make a play with these dudes out there. We just added a dude who did not play at South Lake. He played, I think, at Coppell, who was Notre Dame's running back. So he just destroys people.
All right.
And there's also, like, frankly, like KJ's seen this before because I used to play flag football with KJ for a long time.
That's how you made the connection with KJ, right?
Yeah, because he played in college with a guy that I went to high school with and played with. Way too much information. There is a racial component to this, frankly.
Okay.
Like, where teams will get out there and see what we look like, and they're like, no chance. And it takes about 5 minutes.
That's the South Lake thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes about 5 minutes.
Do you guys bleach your hair before the playoffs?
No, but they all definitely did that. They all
Yeah.
definitely did that.
They was South Lake not the originator of hair bleaching before like playoff runs? Because I feel like they started it.
That's where I first heard of it.
Which
You know,
I
this
hate
is
to give
20
them
years
credit,
ago now.
but Shout out to South Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I
have
don't-
like 6 plays.
I
And they
love
all
that.
just know exactly where to be at all times.
They had to simplify
quarterback-
it for the quarterback.
The quarterback played at San Diego State. He's a freak show of an athlete, and we just destroy people. And they get very upset. And the other weird thing too is every like junior high now has turf, which is annoying to me.
Yeah.
Like, there's no grass left anywhere, which is how you end
Yeah.
up with nasty burns on your elbows.
Is that
and
the
knees.
worst injury you've had?
Like ever?
No. In flag football era.
I broke my wrist once,
Ooh.
probably 10 years ago. That sucked.
Did you play with a cast?
No. Actually, it was more than 10 years ago because when I met my wife, I had a cast on.
Okay.
And that was probably 13 years ago. That's a great move, too, because if you have one hand when you first meet a woman,
Uh
a few months later, they're like, oh, shit.
huh. Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
hands.
Now he's fully like able-bodied.
Jake
Yeah.
2.0.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that might be a good icebreaker. Like, hey, you want to sign my cast? Like if you're at the
It
bar.
did help.
Yeah.
It did help.
You ever sign a cast?
I believe I've signed a cast before. Yeah.
Did you do something funny?
I drew a dick. No.
You drew a big old wiener.
No. I believe I saw back to the Olympic thing, flag football.
Sure.
For a second here. I think I saw Tyreek Hill saying something about this on a podcast or maybe on Twitter or something, saying like, "All right, let's get a squad together. Like I'm in." So
It's a good team.
if the U.S. were to get a squad together like that, you got to think we would just wipe the floor with everybody, right? Right? I want Lamar Jackson at quarterback. You got to have mobility on flag football.
It's true.
I want Lamar at QB. Of course, Tyreek. This is 2028 though, so this gonna be a little bit older by then.
I feel like it would actually be easier for other countries to compete in flag football than regular football.
Well, yeah, for
You know,
sure.
Just
for
like
sure.
you get the soccer kids out there, they start running their little karaoke hip moves.
But you still have to think the flag football would be a new sport completely to foreign countries.
Yeah, probably.
They don't play that shit over there. They don't know how to throw a pigskin.
They can't spin it like us.
Yeah, they can't spin it like we can over here.
Did you guys ever play like in college or anything? Like, did you play in San Marcos?
Yeah,
I played a little bit of flag
I
football.
was
You know-
QB.
I'm
We weren't very
not
good though.
surprised by that.
We weren't very good though.
Frat team?
Yeah, I threw a lot
we
of
got
interceptions.
destroyed by frat teams because they would make them practice.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you were there the era of like when like a lot of the fraternity guys were like super juiced up. Like
Yes.
steroids were a big problem. Like
They were a big
Like-
problem.
like late 90s through like the mid 2000s. Like that was like the prototypical for the most part
Yeah.
like frat dude. But yeah, there was a lot of good teams. We were not one of them.
No.
We actually did better in basketball.
Yeah.
3-and-D guys all around. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they would field like the NFL won't let their guys do this, right?
No, but I mean, what if you're like Chad Johnson or something, right? I mean, maybe 5 years from now, not so much. But if you're like a 34-year-old,
Twilight of your career,
Yeah.
and it's like,
go
all
play a
right,
little 5-on-5.
let's go medal.
Jake, how do you fix the Ryder Cup, the Team USA Ryder Cup? Go ahead.
I mean, I think it comes down to, the Europeans are just a team.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
That's kinda what I
good.
had, yeah.
That's a good response. Hey, I don't know how you guys started your day. But for me, I started my day with AG1.
Same.
Our good friends at AG1.
Actually, Jake was telling us, like, he didn't even know there was a sponsor today. He said that he drank AG1 this morning.
I use your promo code.
Did
Wow.
you?
For real.
Very cool. I drink AG1 in the morning before I go to the gym, before I drink my coffee. Basically, like that's my official start to the day. I like to feel like, hey, I'm giving myself the best chance.
My
today.
day doesn't feel right if I don't drink AG1 to start.
AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers comprehensive nutrients to support whole body health. AG1 replaces your multivitamin, your probiotic, and more in one simple drinkable habit. I don't like taking a bunch of pills. I don't like doing that.
That's a hot take.
I know. I'm really going out on a limb. I'm putting it out there, guys. So why take a bunch of different things when you can just mix one scoop of powder and water once a day? Why do that? My AG1 is delivered to me every month, so it's been super easy to make it a daily habit. I also get the single-serving AG1 travel packs, so I never have to miss a day. You know what? I went on a golf trip over the weekend. You guys hear about this? I threw a bunch of those in my DOP kit. Didn't miss a day.
The travel packs are incredible. Love them.
They're
Dave
very
has actually
incredible.
seen me take those on a vacation before.
Yeah, Montana.
And my AG1.
Out Montana way.
I was drinking
That's right.
mine in Montana too. If you want to take ownership of your health, try AG1 and get a free one year supply of vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/circling. That's drinkag1.com/circling. Check it out. Somebody crossed the line.
Uh-oh.
I didn't show you this morning, Jake. I wanted to get your honest reaction, but somebody did something. I'm very protective of Austin, Texas in general, but
shut
Austin.
up.
Somebody did something that, Randy, just put it up. You don't touch my co-op. The university co-op posted this. Someone looks like a real humorous college prank was pulled. Yeah, somebody put the Spirit Halloween sign over the regular sign of the co-op.
Is that real?
building. Yes.
Which, of course, is the universal sign for this place has gone out of business.
Yeah.
Which it hasn't. UT's actually, their enrollment's thriving.
I think that I think the merch arm of the university does quite well as well. So
Very well.
That was like the biggest just appointment for the year for me. Like getting to go to the co-op every year when I was a kid.
yeah,
Like going
It
to
is very
games.
cool in
It was
there.
like, oh
they
my
have
God.
everything.
They have everything. I don't know how serious they are, but they did post this, the co-op social media accounts. If you have any information regarding who hung this banner on our store, please DM us.
How do you even pull that off?
You got to keep this off social media.
Don't make a bigger deal of it.
If you have information, like what are you going to do? Like this is a slap on the wrist, even if you do find someone. But
This is a good prank.
it's a great prank.
Do you
Spirit
hang it from
Halloween's
the top?
hilarious. Huh?
Do you hang it from the top? Like how did you
This took some doing. Like this, you
Very
you
serious.
can't just throw this thing up.
We talked about
Ocean's
how,
11.
You need ladders and
you need ladders or
carabiners and shit.
you need the guy who like rappelling off the
I mean, really, like
So I don't know. It's like the guys who spray paint the highway exit signs, like the ones that go over. I don't know how they get up there.
fucking impressive.
It's very impressive. But no,
First you have to steal this from somewhere else.
somebody
no
made-
one. You can't just like go to Walmart and buy one of these. I mean, you have to steal a sign and then bring it somewhere else.
And it's perfectly situated too. Like
They did a great
they
job.
did a great job.
This
yeah.
was someone's pledges, right? This is a humorous fraternity prank. No,
yeah. You think it was OU related?
I want to say that, but I feel like if you're gonna do that, if you're OU, you do that before the game. It's kind of like the buildup in high school when there was back and forth with rival schools. It was all in the buildup. Once the game happened, that's where it stopped. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm just impressed.
I'm
More than
impressed.
anything.
Look, it's
Yeah.
a good prank and a well done prank.
Like really, what's the minor vandalism charge? Maybe come on,
Defacing property, but it's like it's fine. It's just a banner.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Get over it, people.
Just a little fun.
How many
Take it
times have you
down.
been to Spirit Halloween this year?
I haven't been yet.
I've been 4 times.
Why?
It's spooky season.
Spooky season.
Okay,
and also we
yeah.
did some Tonale content.
Okay.
It's Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
I recommend going there. We have 2 within like a 1 mile radius.
I feel like 4 is probably the most anyone's been in America. Like,
Yeah,
it just seems like once you get to 2, you're
It's-
usually
The best part is it's the same young lady who rings me up every time. And like,
She thinks you're just obsessed with Halloween.
well, in the stuff that I'm buying, she got to see me buy a pipe laying expert cap,
yeah.
a lubrication expert cap yesterday, and a what was it? More hose plumbing.
More hose.
Oh, yeah, here we go. More hose.
Plumbing services.
We were trying because that joke can go a couple ways.
Yep.
Yeah. So she thinks I'm a real stand-up guy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Halloween guy again.
Oh, here's this guy. Loves
What'll it be,
Halloween.
Dave? The usual?
Yeah. Next time I'm gonna walk out with like there's a weed like a cannabis leaf jacket, like a nice suit jacket.
Yeah.
and it's green.
I don't think it's probably not nice.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen better.
Why don't you just get the giant dick? Have you seen that one?
What the fuck?
There's a
Of course
giant-
you would go that way, Randy.
There's a
you
giant
fucking pervert.
There's a
Everyone
giant
just-
penis, and hey, way to spoil next spooky season for me.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. It doesn't look. There's a lot of stuff that I would like to buy, but sitting down and doing a show, like the most important thing is me communicating through the audio medium. Not that many people watch the show.
You might be wrong about that.
All I'm saying is, I'm limited. I can't do a mask.
You could do a mask.
I can do a mask. Maybe we'll do a mask.
We'll see about it.
Did you guys see this Bigfoot thing?
Yeah.
Colorado.
I did,
This,
yeah.
This hit the TL.
This is exciting.
Breaking news, Brett out there pulled this up right before we recorded. So I don't have a ton of info on it. All I know is there has been Squatch sighted from a train in Colorado.
There's video, by the way.
Randy, hit play.
Yeah, so this is taken from a train, just a wide open field,
Shout out to people riding trains.
mountainside, and there's clearly a Squatch who's walking, and he takes a little squat. I don't know what he's doing. It looks, it looks like Bigfoot.
Yeah, you just gotta. It's similar to the Spirit Halloween thing, where you're just like, what motivates someone to just dress up like this and walk around in the wilderness?
Whoa! You think this is a person inside?
Oh,
a suit?
skeptic, eh?
Interesting.
I'm gonna register a little bit of skepticism. yes.
I don't know, man.
No, we kind of take it
All
at
the
face value and
evidence.
go all
Okay.
in.
All
That's
the
kind of our
evidence.
thing.
To support Bigfoot, and you're over here. Yeah, this is like okay. So
Why did it hit that squat like that?
Someone knows a train's there. It's like I'm just gonna walk, and hopefully someone catches me on video.
And maybe they won't.
yeah,
but-
and this is probably like the 30th time they've tried this, And finally, someone catches it on camera, and here we are talking about it. Brett out there, he has a real life encounter with a Bigfoot,
Is that so?
a Squatch.
It was-
Yeah,
I mean, look,
we're pretty sure it was a bear.
it was
but-
clearly a bear
Where was this?
in New York, like upstate New York.
Was it?
I think so.
Doesn't he like
was it a
wear,
rest stop or something?
like shirts from Montana, but he's never been to Montana? That's a great.
He's a
bit.
total poser, is what you're trying
No,
to say.
he's embraced the
He's
the
the
Great West.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mountain life, which he's never visited.
Are people just taking trains in the West?
Fuck
That seems awesome.
Yeah, they would be this. I thought it might be like a Vaughn Lane or something.
I always thought Bigfoot hung out in the more
The
wooded,
Pac Northwest.
more wooded area.
Yeah,
than,
that's a little barren.
open plains of.
Well, climate change.
Yeah, it's very serious.
Well,
He had to adapt.
trees are still around.
There are trees, but for how long?
I don't know, David. Anyway, it's crazy that there's a Sasquatch up there.
I do like that it just dropped it low one time for him. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm on camera. Let's show
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, this person got so tired of just playing this prank, and finally it paid off. He's like, "Fuck, he's having a big day."
It's like, what did you just like walk into your house and your wife is there?
Like, all right, you're back. How'd it go this time?
Did you time it better?
I think I don't
got it
know.
this time.
I don't know. I mean, the same train was there, but like, who the fuck knows, right?
I do believe there is Squatch in this country. I do believe that.
No,
I'm
you don't.
more of a Pacific Northwest believer.
No, you don't.
It's very wooded up there. They got the trees.
There are no animals left that have not been discovered.
Oh, really? Can
Mm-hmm.
I introduce you to the ocean?
Jake, I keep going back to the bones. Like, Show me one skeleton. Show me one bone from a
Oh,
squatch.
but you believe
Right.
dinosaur bones are real?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we found plenty of them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they weren't buried.
When they were buried
All right.
like millions of years ago.
Yeah, there's no bones. I might grant you the ocean, but as far as like land traversing species, that's it. There's no more. We got them all.
You think we got them all?
Yeah, I do, and I don't think that's that crazy of an
No
idea
way,
either.
no.
I think we
hey,
found
man.
all the land dwelling.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
We
I
just
don't know,
didn't
man.
account for guy who's
There's clearly a video.
unemployed who's putting on a costume in Fort Collins.
God, you know it's warm too in that thing.
Oh my god!
You know it smelled crazy in there.
Oh.
It's fall time out Colorado way too, though.
Still, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it
I
do
do
smell
believe that
crazy in
there is a undiscovered species, and that the bones are their money.
What?
The bones, that's their currency.
Bones are their money.
They take the bones,
Uh
and that's what they barter with.
huh. Yeah.
Does that make sense
Are
to
you
you?
sure you listen to this podcast, Jake?
I guess I
Because-
missed that part.
Okay,
Wow.
I'm sorry.
it's all right,
This
man.
guy's not a hundo peer.
I give you $10 a month.
And we
Well,
appreciate
We
that.
appreciate
do.
your patronage.
Okay, sorry.
Be like Jake.
I had a busy summer.
Yeah, what have you been up to?
I got sued.
What the last 3 months of your life look like?
Let's get into that.
It
I'm
was
just kidding.
tough. It was very tough. Court, like I was telling Dave this, people will say like, it's not like it is on TV. I don't know. To me, it felt exactly like it is on TV.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty wild.
Yeah,
Randy,
y'all's situation it kind of lent itself to that. I
Yeah.
feel like it was very,
dramatic.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was telling Dave this, but so one of the days we were there, and you can cut me off whenever you need to. The zoom in doesn't really
show
help.
us your face.
Dylan, one of the days we were
Squatch.
there, like the judge let us out for lunch, and she was like, "Hey, while you guys are on lunch break, I have to do a criminal sentencing." We're just like, "Oh, you're just gonna work that in, just like on the fly."
Did you get to sit in for it?
She was like, I would suggest that you come back in here and kind of see how this all works, because you're not going to get that many opportunities to actually see like
Oh, the
criminal
wheels of
system
justice.
works. Exactly. Go back in there after I have my little Jason's Deli,
Oh no!
and it's a trafficking charge.
oh,
And I had no
Human or
idea-
drugs?
Drugs.
Okay.
And I had no idea
Oh.
what we were walking into.
I was thinking like traffic, like a vehicle.
Oh no.
Okay.
Meth. Like brought
Moving
into the
weight,
country.
Dylan.
Big weight.
I'm familiar with moving weight.
Big weight.
You should be
brother.
careful, buddy.
And like
What kind of weight? Like how much?
a lot.
Fuck yeah!
A lot.
We're
And it
talking
was, like,
serious
the
keys.
fourth time.
Oh, well, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's going to be a long one.
It was a long one.
I've always said you get popped 3 times. You got to hang it up.
Yeah.
You're a big 3 strikes, you're out guy.
yeah.
And
It was jarring though, because we're sitting here like talking about like contracts and podcasts and stuff that really doesn't matter. And then the federal government is like, yeah, we're going to recommend the full sentence of, X amount of months. And the guy's just like, head and hands.
how many
Holy
years?
shit.
It was a lot. A lot.
North of 20?
Around that. Yeah.
Ooh. For a time. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to learn.
It was a lot.
Stop moving weight.
uh-huh.
That stuff's bad, dude.
But yeah,
Meth is bad.
getting sued sucks. You guys didn't get sued when you left, did you?
No,
No.
You just had a clean break, cleanish.
for the most
You
part.
know what? We came out okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty clean.
Yeah. No, I was following your stuff from afar.
Yeah.
Very like, wow, what's going on? Yeah, because it interests me because I've weirdly been on from a lawyer perspective, been like on both sides of that, like defended people getting sued for non-competes, enforcement and stuff, and then I've been on the side of enforcing. So I'm like, ooh, I've got a unique perspective. Maybe I'll just put on my lawyer hat. But no, I'm happy it worked out for you.
Thank you. It was a long summer, but it's over now. Patreon.com/The Dumb Zone.
When I tried to get you to do the show when Will was in Michigan a couple months ago, when things were still going on,
Yeah.
you were like, dude, fuck. You're
Now's
like,
not the
no,
time.
no. Because yeah, it takes its toll. Litigation of any kind is very stressful.
It's insane, dude.
And it's
like,
not-
There's people that just deal with that every day. I
Yeah,
don't get it.
no, and like lawyers who that's what they do. Like The best lawyers are the ones who can just compartmentalize it and not
Yeah.
take their clients' stuff home with them.
Yeah, just maybe head out on the weekend dressed up as Sasquatch.
Yeah, that's probably
See if you can.
that was probably
The,
a fellow litigator out there, just like trying to blow off some steam.
Right.
The publicity that this has all gotten has been wild too.
It was a lot more public than I was expecting, but that's also just probably ignorance on my part. I just didn't expect it to be like that. It was very.
You made the
public.
Washington Post or the Washington Compost.
That's right.
Yeah.
The Washington Compost.
I don't read it.
Of course not. No.
It's not where I get my news, but you did make it, and that is cool for you.
Yeah. That was weird.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very weird. Because the other weird, the weird thing about it too is like you do the interview and then the article doesn't come out for like 8 weeks or 6 weeks or
And
something.
so much-
You're just like you don't even know.
And there's been so much material and like funnier things that have happened that you're like, oh, I kind of want to like add that.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
How much is your Patreon?
$6.90.
What's the significance? I don't follow
Well,
that.
there's a sex act where
Not familiar.
people can perform what I would describe as like dual oral sex on one another. And some people think that's very funny.
Was this done on your Airbnb property?
No,
That was one
no,
of-
that was. I'll show you guys the photos later.
sick. We'll post them on our Patreon.
Yeah.
It's a new tier. Welcome to our new tier. What do we call it, Dylan?
See,
Our,
he needs Will here to move this along. Don't you feel like?
You think he's caught up a little
Yeah, I
bit?
feel like just Will's like
Damn.
Will's really good at like advancing the ball down
He
the
is.
field.
Yeah, he moves the rock.
I thought we were having a
We're
good
having- I'm
conversation.
having
It's
fun, Dave.
good. I just think Will has a role that should be appreciated.
I
Of
think Will
course.
does an excellent job. here.
I look. I'm out of water when I'm sitting in this chair.
Yeah,
For
I could
sure.
tell on the Monday episode a little bit.
I don't know, man. Oh, thanks. For me, it's like I'm like trying to move the show along and trying to be funny, but at the same time, I can't stop thinking about the estimated 5 billion plastic hand soap and cleaning bottles thrown away each year.
Mm-hmm. That
that's-
makes it a little bit difficult.
you
for
you
sure.
kind of on the same page there.
And that's why I'd like to introduce our new sponsor.
We have a new sponsor.
We have an alert.
Big Tex is here to announce we have a new sponsor.
Blue Land. Blue Land, folks. If that's not bad enough, what I just mentioned about all that stuff getting thrown away each year, most cleaning formulas are 90% water, which is heavy to ship, leading to excessive carbon emissions. Plus, those products are often filled with nasty ingredients like chlorine and ammonia. That's a lose-lose situation for you and the planet.
I got my Blue Land package,
Oh, yeah?
and it's first of all the packaging is really impressive, and all the bottles are made of glass. You have a tablet. You drop the tablet in. You add water. Boom! You have your multi-surface cleaner, or boom! You have your glass mirror cleaner, or your hand soap is also a tablet.
I love the hand
It's a
soap.
foaming hand soap. You drop the tablet in, add water. Boom!
Blue Land's on a mission, Dylan, to eliminate single-use plastic by reinventing cleaning essentials to be better for you and the planet. Their idea is simple. They offer endlessly refillable cleaning products with a beautiful, cohesive design that looks great on your counter. Just fill your bottles with water, drop in the tablets, and wait for them to dissolve. You'll never, ever have to grab bulky cleaning supplies on your grocery run. Refills start at just $2.25. You can even set up a subscription or buy in bulk for additional savings. From cleaning sprays to hand soap, toilet bowl cleaner, and laundry tablets, all Blue Land products are made with clean ingredients you can feel good about. We're big fans. They've got a special offer. Check it out. Just for listeners, Blue Land will get you 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/steam. You won't want to miss this. Blueland.com/steam for 15% off. That's blueland.com/steam, 15% off.
I'm gonna do it right now. What do you think about
Ooh.
that?
No, you won't.
Yeah.
You going to do it live?
I see him. I see him hovering over there. I don't know.
Yeah.
He might do it.
He's going to do it.
Wow.
You watching The Golden Bachelor?
I did. I've seen both of the first 2 episodes, and I think I'm gonna stick with it. First of all, because it's only an hour.
Huge plus.
I mean, massive.
Sounds like you were really touched by episode 2.
Dude, to be honest with you, like I teared up.
You're a crier, though. I'm a crier.
I'm a big crier.
Yeah, we're both criers.
People have to know
This
that.
dude
about
will
me.
straight cry on your ass.
I'll
Oh,
cry
yeah.
on your bitch ass. You're not
Yeah,
careful,
you,
dude.
Yeah, you just look out.
Watch me cry.
I cry a lot. I cried in court.
Really?
Yeah, they brought up my son because they were, there was. I don't know if I can really actually get too deep. I mean, the transcript is public, but there was some family talk, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was not ready for that.
You're not the first person to cry in court.
No, I don't think so.
Nothing to
in fact,
be afraid
I believe
of.
the gentleman that I was just telling you guys about had a
I can understand.
Yeah.
bit of a tearful moment.
Yeah.
No, it's like it's very wholesome and heartwarming. Like I almost don't know how to feel because
We had this discussion after episode 1
Yeah.
because we like, and you've watched The Bachelor, those shows, Bachelorette, and like done shows on them.
Yeah.
Those are great because you're dunking on like 24-year-olds.
and they're terrible people.
they're just
They're
like, get
shitheads,
outta
all
here.
of them.
Yeah. This, it's like, it's a completely different ball game. You're like, oh.
Yeah, these women aren't even clout chasing. They just want to find someone.
They just don't want to die alone.
Dylan
That's
DM'd,
just such a rough reality.
Dylan DM'd one.
For real.
She
I didn't hear that.
She didn't even look at it.
Did
Oh,
she
no.
didn't even leave
left
you on read?
red?
I think you know what? Maybe she left me. Let me look. It's been a minute.
Well,
I
you
have to go
just sent
back.
her like the smirk emoji, right?
There's one of them that I'm quite smitten by.
Is it Joan?
No, it's Leslie.
You stay away from Joan because she's
Uh,
mine. Well, she's not yet, but she will be.
Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Leslie's she's a problem. As
We
we
called
like to
her
say.
a problem. We
Yeah.
knew immediately.
Which
She's
is-
a musician. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has hearing aids too. She pulled that out in episode 2. That was a smooth
Was that her
move.
big secret, her big
Yeah.
reveal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which he has one also. So
Yeah, it's
Great
sweet.
It's
work.
cute. Do they
yeah, Joan's
swap?
nice.
Yeah.
Joan doesn't belong.
nice with
Joan's a 6A player showing up at a, a rural school right now.
Yeah. It's been good. I'm gonna
And he's like so nice.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He seems like a solid dude.
Only
We
thing
were
we don't
talking
like about
about,
him
like-
is how he does the name Jerry Gary thing.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird.
Just figure it out.
Figured out. It had to be a widower.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it couldn't just be a guy who left his wife.
Right. It's they've got the heartstrings, and how old is he again? 70?
Yeah, I think so.
This is perfect, man.
Yeah.
My dad, I don't know if you heard us talking about this. My dad watched it.
Yeah.
And he said I was like, "You're watching it?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." And I was like, "Okay."
Have you noticed the
Calm
ads?
down. No. Are they
A
all
lot of Metamucil.
Mm.
Yeah.
like,
Mm.
look, I'm a Benefiber guy here.
It's a-
I got to
that's a-
get my 3 grams any way I can.
It's a target rich audience. I get it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I like watching it.
Yeah.
It's an easy 45 minutes of just like feeling good.
Do you have your co-host on there on watching it? Dan?
Yes. No. TC. I do another podcast.
Yeah. Shout out TC.
TC watches it.
Do you have a front runner?
Well, I do feel like Leslie's going to be the heel. She just seems like a little bit of a problem, as you
She's
guys
trending
said.
that way.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know that I do.
Okay.
You?
I've only seen the first episode, so I don't have much to go on. Joan, Leslie, there's another little.
Who's the blonde? Is that Joan?
Yeah.
She's the very
tall blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad liked
You know
her.
what sucked too is like in the second episode, like he legitimately seemed crushed that he had to eliminate people.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm so sorry. You're gonna die alone now.
Aw.
But even then, when it happened, one of the ladies that he eliminated was like, you know what? This just reinvigorated my belief that someone can love me.
That's very
And I was
nice.
like,
As
what
she's
don't-
getting sent home.
You're
Like,
not
it's sad
getting-
because they go home to their kids.
yeah, or their grandkids.
You know
or
what I mean?
their-
It's like
You're not getting this with a 22-year-old.
No,
You're
they're
not getting
like,
that
"Fuck you."
perspective. They're gonna go sell fit tea or whatever. Like,
Right.
how
Be
many
a
followers?
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
they're gonna go home to 800,000 more followers on Instagram than they had when they left.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
You can do a lot with that.
By the way, Joan not doing numbers on Instagram. By the way, still under
You
2K.
dunking on her?
I don't. No, but to have such a small following and still not like respond to my message is kind of rude.
What's the ad? Let's gas her up a queen.
I just let me. So Joan _Vasos, VASSOS.
Okay.
Not doing numbers quite yet.
Let's get those numbers up.
Yeah,
We'll do an initiative.
not even verified. What's ABC's got? What are they doing?
Hey, not to pivot hard into politics, but anytime something comes up George Santos related, I feel like we have to at least touch on it.
Okay.
Just because he's facing new charges, and these aren't great. It's saying here that he might have stolen donor identities and made unauthorized charges to their credit cards. And I have to say, there's been he's certainly not the first fraudster to be in Congress, right? That's a thing.
Of course.
But he is potentially the most brazen of the modern era. In addition to lying to voters about his distinguished Wall Street background, Jewish heritage, academic and athletic achievements, animal rescue work, real estate holdings, and more, he's also accused of carrying out numerous fraud schemes meant to enrich himself and to mislead his donors. And to that I say, not good. Also, frat on, good sir. What you're doing right now is egregious, but the fact that you're doing it, I don't respect it, but I understand you're doing it.
Think it's frat to fraud your donors?
I like, Tom DeLay style, old
Okay.
school.
Ooh, okay.
That's a good pull.
That is a good pull. I like that he like soft launched his husband when Dianne Feinstein.
Yeah, I saw
died.
that.
Yeah, why?
He's like, hey, I don't know if you know, but I'm married. And
That's a pretty
sorry
hard
you're
launch.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, who does that?
This is very weird.
That is a weird time to launch.
Yeah, you know what's weird too is I was reading the story when you sent it to me. Is like, I don't think this is going to happen, but when you own your own business, you do get closer to fraud.
You certainly
Like,
have
if you
more
ju-
opportunities.
Yeah, like if you just go to work, like where I previously worked, the chance for fraud was almost nothing.
right.
Right.
And now I'm at least a little bit closer to the chance for fraud.
Sure.
Cooking the books.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Randy's been trying to cook our books for a long time.
just can't figure it
We're
out.
begging
No,
him not to.
we won't give him access to
Yeah.
QuickBooks. It's like, dude, we know you're going to cook them if you get in there.
Like just the simple fact that we have QuickBooks now, I'm
Let
like,
him
I don't
cook.
know. It's a little scary.
We now have
Like I paid for the hotel on the company credit card, and I'm like, ugh.
Is there,
that
am
legal?
I doing something? You feel
Yeah.
weird, huh? Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, Dave goes to Spirit Halloween with our company card and just,
4 times a week.
just goes crazy with it.
Turns out Dave had been not switched his Uber Eats
Oh yeah,
card.
no.
This is a true thing.
So I use Uber Eats sometimes if we're getting food for here. Like I'll put it on the company card if we're getting something. That doesn't happen often, but there are a couple. They're like the last 4 without doxing myself. It's like 1 digit off from my card. So I had been ordering Uber Eats and not changing it. And
we don't know how long it's been going on either.
Dylan hit me. I looked at it.
You
It's
owe the
not-
company $10,000
No, it's
of Skittles.
no, it's less than 100K. No, it's not that much. Dylan was looking at it, like just doing his due diligence, checking the statement,
Mhm.
saying, "Hey, where can we
Trim the fat a
trim
little
the
bit."
fat?"
We
Yeah.
trimmed quite a bit.
And
turns out.
he sent it. He's like, "Hey, who's been doing Uber Eats?" And I go, immediately knew. I was like,
Yeah.
almost definitely me.
Yeah.
Gotta look. And then I looked and I was like, hand up. I'm the Uber Eats culprit. Dylan started it like 3 years ago when we started the company by ordering a $70 pizza at Pine House.
It was a total accident and
It's a good story though.
total accident.
Wife and I have primarily separate finances. So like whenever I do Uber Eats, I have to like make sure that I put it on the joint card.
Do you ever put it on hers just to send a message?
Sometimes, yeah.
Like, oh,
And if I put it on mine, I Venmo request her for like $10.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Do you you ate pizza last night, right? You played that card?
Yeah, Dave. Is that what it's called? A ZA card?
Yeah. Are you familiar with these?
Yeah.
I'm just
Where'd
curious.
you
like,
play it?
Yeah, where'd you
Who
play?
punched your card?
How do I say it? Is it?
Rapolo's.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was late. It was like,
Yeah,
I didn't
that's-
get in until late.
That's
Late night
that's
food.
leaving the bar pizza.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was
Do you think he
fine.
wasted his zaw?
I'm not saying he wasted his all.
Because you know you only can eat it once.
I have enjoyed Rapolo's quite a bit.
Yeah, no, I know that you think you created that.
I did.
But I actually got it written into my wedding vows.
Beat that, bitch.
You
Oh,
can't-
really? Do you have it on a transcript?
Yeah,
I'd like
I've
to
got-
see it.
I've got a video.
Look, once a week.
The officiant at my wedding actually said he's allowed to order pizza once a week. Now you got
It's been
married, didn't you?
codified.
Was that in your vows?
We did our
It
vows.
sounds like the answer is no.
We did private vows.
private
Yeah,
vows.
we didn't. Yeah, it was between us. It's
Yeah.
it's a
You can
kind
still
of an
mention,
emerging
You
thing.
can still mention the Zaw card in them.
Yeah, I mean there were still words read, right?
Yeah, it's in the scripture. Check the script. It's there.
Scripture.
Guys,
Yes.
can we do something a little different here?
What do you have in mind?
As I look for the official Weekend in Fun music. It's This Weekend in Fun, presented by Another new sponsor.
New sponsor.
Point Me.
Point me.
Point Me. Dylan. It's a first of its kind real-time search engine for points like Kayak or Google Flights, but for points. Point Me shows people how to get the best flights using their credit card points or airline miles and breaks down every step of how they can move from one to the other. This is awesome.
This seems like a very useful thing that probably should have been created a while ago, actually.
That's what I was thinking. I needed this like a long time ago.
This is the first of its kind, David.
On a mission to get people better flights for fewer points and for people to stop wasting their points. I'm guilty of wasting my points, man.
Yeah, so you search for your flight like you would on any other platform, but it looks for your best point value opportunity and puts it right in front of your face.
It checks for flights across 33 loyalty programs on more than 150 airlines to uncover a multitude of real-time award flight options. Point Me runs extensive business rules and logic to validate that the flights that you see on Point Me and that they're flights you can actually book. It's easy to use. We were messing around with it yesterday. Very easy to use. It walks users through every step from how to conduct a point transfer from a credit card to an airline, all the way to booking, which is critical. At every touch point, we've asked, could someone who has never used their points before use Point Me successfully? So there's lots of educational moments and opportunities to build confidence and understanding. The mission is to make it easy as possible for travelers to find the best deals, no matter their loyalty program. Check them out. That's Point Me, point.me, Point Me. This weekend in fun, Dylan, kick it off.
I have a very wide open weekend, David. I don't have Parks all weekend. He'll be with his mother. It's because I had him all of last weekend. So like I'm still like right by ACL because it's ACL weekend 2. I live right next to the Zilker Park, like I've been discussing. So I'm just I don't know. Parks has a soccer game. That's kind of all I have on the books right now. I want to do something, but I don't know what.
Jake, Dylan's son's soccer team is a juggernaut.
I heard they turned it around.
Yeah.
Well, this is a new squad.
Yeah.
This is a new squad.
Okay.
Yeah.
He had to get with the winner.
Yeah. He's in 3rd grade. This is 3rd and 4th graders, and there are some large, very athletic kids on his team, and they're good.
We started 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
You liking it?
I like it. She likes it. I think.
Good.
I think it's weird though because it's boys and girls and it's 4 and 5, and the difference between like a boy who's almost 6 and a girl who just turned 4 is developmentally the gap is quite large.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
So it's a little bit of a weird setup, but she seems to like it.
Yeah. So I have nothing, man.
So
I
you're
want to do
open.
something. I could not be more
You
open.
gonna mob?
You get a mob?
I'll mob if there's a mob
Are
opportunity.
you trying to get absolutely annihilated?
I will. I am open to pure, just utter annihilation. Yeah.
You know, watching the Rangers post-game celebration, specifically the Max Scherzer, I don't know, Austin Hedges celebration,
Yeah.
where they just grunt and yell at each other like absolute fucking animals. I was like, dude, I just want to like have that moment one more time.
I'm willing to get ski goggles drunk this weekend.
You're trying to put the gogs on.
Yes.
David
Yes.
Goggins over here.
Yes.
Okay.
So holler at your boy.
Okay. Jake, care to share your weekend?
We have a bye both for the Cowboys and the Gamecocks.
Okay. The Gamecocks are your flag football.
That's correct.
Bros. Cool.
Yeah. So we're off.
Do you have the Cox hat that was so cool in college? It just
Yeah, and I what did people used to do with the brim?
frayed it.
Yeah.
You'd
Yeah,
rub it on
they got
concrete,
frayed up.
fray it,
No.
or
Bottle
you-
cap.
bottle. Yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah, or fish hook, or
Yep.
just cut it and turn it into a visor.
Yep. Maybe get your Moorhead.
More, yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly,
Dude, I got nothing. We got soccer Saturday morning. I just looked at my phone and it says Thomas the Train event
okay.
on Sunday. So that appears to be something that my wife sent me probably 6 months ago. That I'm like, yeah, whatever.
You ever
Yeah.
watch that show?
When I was a
With
kid,
the-
I
It is
didn't-
so
Nora's
creepy.
not into it.
I didn't get into it until Parks was a wee lad.
It
It's a
creeps me
creepy.
out.
That train is creepy, man.
It is a creepy train.
What's it on?
I don't know.
Yeah, it says Thomas the Train DFW weekend day out with Thomas the Train.
That sounds sick though.
If
So-
you go on a train, keep your camera ready. You might see a squad.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
true.
Yeah,
It's a
just
callback.
Unruly. Yeah, I got nothing, man. I got
Okay.
nothing. My wife is going out of town for work next week. That's always a interesting situation with both kids.
Mm.
I
Oh
think she's
wow!
leaving Monday morning.
The entire week.
I think it's 3 days.
Okay.
2 kids is, dude. You're about to you're about to
Yeah.
run into some major problems, amigo.
Yeah. It's great because none of the grandparents, they all live in Dallas. So
I
a
definitely
tough-
have it easier on that front. I can always call in a little bit of a favor, but having both of them at once is I'm not skilled enough to pull it off.
Well, your low key weekend with minimal plans fits in well here
Okay.
with this bunch. I don't really have much going on either.
It's kind of a weak
Holler at
college
your boy.
football game weekend too.
Is it a
we got
week?
like Washington, Oregon, but that's about it.
Mm.
There's not much.
Sunday we got game 1 ALCS.
Mm-hmm.
Is that for sure?
Yep.
Like it doesn't matter when.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Weather's going to be killer. A little warm, but sunny.
I think it's supposed to cool off Saturday.
Yeah.
This is the most old man conversation.
That's
This
what we
is pretty
talk
much the
weather.
show. This
Yeah.
is why people like us,
We
man.
like weather.
It's real. It's just like listening to your friends talk at a bar.
Sure.
But your friends are 40.
Sure.
They really don't do
And they
much.
read ads.
Yeah, they read ads. They're slinging points. We got Rhodes does soccer practice. My son. It's just a class. It's basically the same class. This is the 3rd time he's done it, and all they're doing is like trying to like stand up and put one foot on the ball and do the heel to toe thing.
Yeah.
They do some running around. It's fun. It's every Sunday morning. He likes it. It's called Soccer Cubs. Highly recommend. There's like 5 people in the class, 5 other kids. I will say, I'm not steaming on this, but I have complained privately to my wife about this. There is another kid in there about Rhodes' age, but he has an older brother who's at least 4 who also plays soccer, but he's not in the class as the cutoff for this class is 3. And they just kind of let him run around the class, like on those. It's not a big field; it's a small indoor field, and he kind of run arounds and dominates, and will like get to the cones and the balls before like the other kids. And I'm just like, can you fucking get out of here, dude?
I would have a problem with that.
Alyssa took him last week when I was out of town, and she's like, yeah, he was there and he was doing it. So I'm like, I'm very close to
That's a
writing a
problem.
letter, an anonymous letter,
Ooh, strongly worded. I'm
strongly
sure.
worded even.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 weeks in a row now, Nora had a nice little defensive play, had the ball on her foot, and a kid just came and just on her own team and just swiped her.
Hmm.
Just
On the
kicked it in.
team?
Yeah. He's a faster little boy.
Mm.
Swiped her, kicked it in the goal herself, and she's like, "Did I score?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Kind of
It wasn't a boy.
primary assist. It was, yeah,
So the patriarchy in real
exactly.
life.
Real
Very
time.
cool.
Yeah,
Cool dudes.
yeah.
So that's it, man. It's gonna be low key. I might be, let's get out. I'll get out.
I just got
Yeah.
I got a late breaking text message from our friend Kajan that he might be in town Saturday night. So
Oh shit.
Okay.
KJ Ellis of Too Much Dip fame.
maybe I just got some plans.
Okay.
The Strat Daddy, he mentioned something about Lincoln on Friday.
Strat Daddy did. Okay.
Yeah, total Strat move.
Okay. I look forward to that. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
All right.
Jake, where can
thank
we
you,
find
man.
you, man? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's patreon.com/thedumbzone. And
The
that's
Dumb
that's
Zone.
it, really. Yeah, we kind of came up with the name on the fly, and now we're stuck with it because it's hard to change your Patreon URL.
Yeah. Well, now you got
Yeah,
the Dumb Zone has been published in the Washington Post. You can't
That's
change
right.
it now.
that's right.
Awesome. You want to plug any socials?
Not really.
I'm still gonna hit the button. Deal with it.
It's at not Jack Kemp. Another horrible bit that I came up with 10 years ago, and now I have to stick with it.
It's good.
So, yeah.
It's good. It's top. Our listeners are all familiar with
Yeah.
the Jack Kemp stuff. All right. We will be back next
Hey, thanks, Randy.
week.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Good stuff. Until next week.
Bye.
Bye.